Hi everyone, Chris here from IELTS Advantage with another success story. Today we have Jesper, who recently got the scores that he needed, and he has kindly agreed to share his story with you guys. So Jesper, can you start off just by introducing yourself to everyone?
Yeah, hi there. Jesper here. I'm calling from Denmark. I've worked as a doctor for many years and wanted to have a stay for Australia for a 6 month stay, a fellowship. I was lucky to get, and I ran into this IELTS test and didn't see how much work that needed to be done for overcome it. So I joined. I tried to take the IELTS test first time. It was approximately 18 months ago, and I thought I had a pretty good score. Maybe a little bit naive, but I wasn't aware that I needed a certain score to go to Australia. So I got 6 in the famous writing part, and thought, okay, 6 out of 9, that must be okay for a band score, but I needed 7. And then I ended up a little bit frustrated and took the test. I think it was 5 or 6 times before I ran into this band score 6.5, as many before me had done. So I had to change course if I had to overcome this band 7 or get achieved with it. So I joined. I searched the internet and I found this course, advanced course here, and I joined and started up to see how much work that needed to be done. It's compared to writing essays in Danish, we are not so used to it. So writing essays in English was a new topic for me.
I don't think anybody writes many essays these days. It's not
No.
something that outside of university study. I think that's one of the main reasons why people struggle. It's just it is a skill, and if you don't practice that skill very often, then it can be an issue.
It is. And I joined the IELTS course and I watched all the modules, and I practiced and I sent in the correction service. I think it was 5 in the beginning. Pretty anxious to get the score, so I was a little too fast in the beginning and sent it in a lot of essays. And to be honest, I just skimmed some of the corrections that I was received, the feedback, and the feedback was quite well performed from the teachers. But the problem for me was that I didn't have the same mistakes in every essays. So it was a little bit confusing for me to focus on a particular area. In the beginning was mostly to answer the question correctly or focus on the topic sentences to be absolutely clear. And it took a while to accomplish that one. And afterwards, it was the speed limit that you have these approximately 40 minutes to do these 250 words in some topics that if you need, if you have a conversation in a coffee shop method or whatever, you will be finished in a minute and say, okay, what can I say? Okay, we can chattel or jingle about this one, but 250 words, 300 words, it's a little bit too much, if you can say so. So that was the next big challenge for me, was to fill in these 250, 300 words with an area you just have to fill in, if you can say so.
Yeah, I find that with a lot of doctors, because maybe you guys are used to just giving very short, succinct answers.
Exactly.
That's all you need, especially in your area. If you're talking to someone, just tell them exactly, because time is important. So going into these detailed explanations and giving examples is maybe something you're not used to.
Clear, precise answers, not just spinning around about the topic. So that was a challenge for me. Absolutely. Mm.
And apart from answering the question and developing your answers, were there any other weaknesses that we pointed out or things you needed to work on?
No, I don't know. I think it was the main problem, because the time issue led to these minor mistakes with grammar and punctuation and but if you have 10 minutes extra time,
Mm-hmm.
you will find those small mistakes, or just think when you read the correction, you will say, okay, that sentence could be clearer or better. So it's a time limit that stops you to find these mistakes in the feedback.
So to go back to developing your answers and getting over that 250 word limit, how did you overcome that problem?
I started to I think it was one of your videos that you provided some information about. Go to some home pages, listen to some radio. So whenever I have a 1 hour drive to work, I started to listening to BBC News. Different topics, different politics and whatever. You hear 1 hour of radio, English radio every day. So your vocabulary and your topic knowledge expands when you listen to English every day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think if you're listening or reading to something, focusing on one or two things, such as vocabulary and how do they develop those ideas. So maybe listening to the news, they would give you the short headlines. But if you listen to maybe news talk programs that talk about the news, they would go into more detail and describe things and things like that. Podcasts are also really good for that. So that's a great idea.
Yeah. So that was
on your way to work as well. So it's not wasting too much time.
Exactly. Using the time. Yeah. Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then how did you overcome the problem of getting everything done and checked in the 40-minute time limit?
I practiced. Yeah, it's a boring answer, but it was practice every day. I did 1 or 2 essays a day, 1 month before the test.
Mm-hmm. So
And I didn't
60 essays, something like that.
Yeah, approximately. And but the problem again is you have to have a little bit of self-confidence when you do it, because you can't send in 60 corrections to use. So you have to use them widely, but just write, just use the time and try to get under these 40 minutes. So you have to just have a clear pencil and just write. So you increase your speed. So that's essential, I think.
Yeah, with a skill, there's no way around it. If you need to get better at running, you have to go out and run. If you want to lift weights, you have to lift weights. There is a certain amount of learning you need to do, but there's also a certain amount of practice you need to put in as well. So well done for having that discipline to get that done. And now you can reap the rewards and have the freedom to go to different places.
It's a pretty big relief also for the family.
And if you were to give yourself advice, like say 6 months ago, a year ago, what advice would you give yourself?
If you have done the test one or twice and you don't get into whatever band score you need, then you have to rethink the strategy. And I will definitely recommend that you contact a teacher or just put yourself in the mindset that this is maybe a little more difficult than you think that it should be. And of course you can have some thoughts about why is it difficult, what's a lot of speculations out there, but you have to rethink the strategy and get some help.
And it doesn't have to be me, it can be another teacher, but I would really, really recommend, I don't want to turn this into like a marketing video, but I would really recommend to someone saying, someone getting professional help. Again, it doesn't have to be me, but find someone, like you're a doctor. I always use the example of like, if I went to the hospital, I wouldn't ask the other patients to
saw that one.
advice. I would ask the doctor or the nurses to help me out, because they're trained professionals, you know. Or I wouldn't go and Google my symptoms and rely on what information comes up.
That's also popular.
You know, so yeah. I'm sure you get a lot of patients coming in and telling you what they think, you know, which is useful to get that information. But at the end of the day, you know a lot more than them.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but get some feedback, get someone to help you. I really recommend that one. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Jesper, and I wish you the best of luck to you and your family, and well done on putting the work in. And now you're going to have the freedom to go and travel the world. And it's hopefully once all the pandemic situation dies down, but I think it's getting better now. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully. Well, thanks very much, Jesper. Thanks for sharing that information with everybody. And if you need any advice in the future, just get in touch.
Yeah, most welcome. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Jesper.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Hey, Chris here again. Hopefully you enjoyed that success story video. That student was part of our IELTS VIP course. And on that course, we show students exactly where they're going wrong and exactly what to do to get the score that they need. And we give them all the help and support that they need in order to get a 7, 8, or even 9 in their IELTS test. Now, we only work with a really, really small number of students. Because of the level of help and feedback and support that we give students, we can only work with a very, very small number of them. But we also have more success stories than any other online or offline course in the world, which has created a huge amount of demand for our course. So we're the only course in the world, I believe, that has a very, very, very long waiting list. If you want to join that waiting list, all you have to do is just click here and you'll be able to add your name, add your email address, and then when one of our students becomes successful and leaves the course, the next position can be for you. Hopefully see you in there. Bye-bye.